right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we had to pull up. There's a lot of videos to do, a lot of videos to talk about, a lot of things to discuss, a lot of blah 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 blah, a lot of yapping away we're gonna do. Obviously, we just got done with the Christmas summons. I did have a special little present, for the Christmas summons. Y'all could go check that out. It's live on the channel already, right? We got the little thing right there. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was a good time. But what I wanted to point out was this. Okay, now I'm gonna start this video off with this. And chat, listen. Okay, for years I will tell players be careful how you're summoning. I try and recommend as much as possible not to put a lot of money into the game and stuff like that, right? And, people oftentimes get very mad at me and they say, oh my god, he tells people how to use his stones and blah, 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 blah. Remember, the game is against you. I do love Dokkan. Dokkan hates me, okay? And Dokkan will hate all of you as well. You need to be very smart with how you utilize your currency in this game. Now, they now have pity. You guys can take advantage of pity so that nonsense like this does not happen to you. So I would heavily encourage to, as much as you can, don't really put money into the game. But, which I've been saying for years and years and years, by the way, not a new thing. Be very cautious with how you're using your stones. Now, Global did indeed get a massive, silky, smacky W right here. There's one more tweet I wanted to pull up, I think. No, I guess not. No. Okay. All right, we're good. There's one more monster W Global dropped us with just before ending the sync, which is really good. In my opinion, this is kind of like deserved for Global. I think that this was a good decision by Dokkan to do. They actually did put JIREN on the banner. So now, all of a sudden, them holding back with JIREN, no problem whatsoever. If this is what they're going to do with, I think this is a monster W, right? As a JP player, this does not upset me. I mean, it was very rough for Global. Up until this exact moment, they basically handled the sync as terribly as possible. There were some things they did kind of fix a little bit, right? Global did lose out on some battlefield currency, but they did give you guys a lot of extra to make up some of the gaps. There were some things that looked as though they would end up a lot worse, but they did get a little bit better towards the end here, including JIREN being on this Gotenks banner. Now let's discuss. Gotenks, I don't know how good he is yet. I like to take my time with these characters. I kind of can get an initial gauge of them. I'll use him once and then kind of, put him within a general spot. I feel like Gotenks right now he's at minimum, so this is complete downplay. He's better Janemba. LR Janemba is what I think he is, sort of. Way better Janemba. Because this essentially functions as a 50% chance to dodge. It is truly the same thing. The only difference is that this would work against 17 and Golden Frieza who dodge cancel, right? So this is better than a high chance to dodge. Although, maybe it could be power crept at a certain point, but for quite a long time, this ability I have highlighted is just a better version of high chance to dodge, right? Is exactly what it is. And that's, against the biggest boss super attacks, that's kind of the thing that Janemba has, right? Remember, he has a 50% chance to dodge enemy super attacks. It's kind of the same thing that Gotenks has got right here. So, Gotenks is, at minimum for me, the 5th best unit in the game. I could very well drop a tier list in a couple of days and have Gotenks at 1. Oh, yeah. Dude, Gotenks is that good. He's good. So, with a double rates banner, it was bad for me. My first Gotenks was I think it was 2,000 stones in. I'd have to double check, but it was bad. So it's you could get a lot of awful luck. But we do need to talk about this specifically for Global. For a long time, another thing I've always told Global players, you guys, again, can, when I say these things, you can go back years and fact check that I did say this. If you're on Global, nowadays things we're fully synced now. You know, Global has the Goku and Frieza fight live in the game. Jiren, every character's on both versions. So it's not really much of a thing now. But back in the day, I would tell Global players, if you're playing Global, you really do need to take advantage of the Global exclusive stuff you guys get, which is like the way better discounts than JP gets. You know, you guys get way more stones, you know, way more kind of like free, like, tickets and stuff like that to summon. You do want to take advantage of that. So like many banners over the years, you know, there would be like an extra round of like discounts and stuff like that JP didn't get typically before like major like anniversaries and worldwide stuff like that. Taking advantage of those was kind of good. Now Global does have something like that right here. Let's just read this and go over it. I do think doing this, so this is what it is right here. Doing this, I think, is probably a good idea. Let's read through and then we'll talk about it. So you got the 2 new characters who can be Dokkan Awakened and LRs. You're also going to get Carnival coins and an Elder Kai for every multi you do. So obviously there's a lot of value there for sure. So 2 characters only appear in some events have the word Carnival in their names. Yeah, Gotenks and Jiren are both Carnival exclusive characters. It is a double rates banner, but I mean, this is not the only time I've ever been horribly shafted on a double rates banner either. Actually, if I go here, is it really that simple as just scrolling down? Many years ago, the very first Christmas Carnival LR, the very first one, was LR Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He was the very first Christmas Carnival LR, right? And he was unfeatured. Featured on his banner was Tapion. Yeah, it'd be a little bit back here. That's May. We got a lot of Fortnite streams back in the day. Yep, Fortnite. Where? 3rd year's here, so just a little bit earlier. Yeah, here we go, dude. Tapion will be pulled today. Dude, this is one of my low-key secret shafts. Yeah, damn, I have lost a lot of weight, huh? It took me, I think, 3,000 stones to pull a copy of Tapion. This was when EGL Tapion initially debuted, and I think it took me about 3,000 to even get one copy of him, which was brutal. It was absolutely ridiculously brutal, man. So it's like, you know, you can get really terrible luck with these double rates banners, man. It's not impossible. In addition, the two versions character release schedules are fully unified. Celebrate. The fully unified banner will be held. 150 stones to perform a once-only multi that allows you to recruit 30 characters. So it is 3 multis in one, but the 30th character is guaranteed to be a featured SSR. Well, I mean, I guess the value's not... I mean, is that really it? And then, of course, global exclusive packs. You know, we know about that. Okay, there's that. Maybe I'll have Iron Cane try and do this. I'm not sure in our beginner guide. Awakening medals, yep, from the Dokkan events, Jiren and Gotenks. Remember, it is Carnival coins. There is no pity on the banner. It must be because of the fact that it is a... whatchamacallit, chat. It's because it's a double rates banner. So because it's double rates, they don't actually have pity, huh? How do we feel about that? No pity because it's double rates? I'm not really super sure. I mean, pity is always nice. It would have saved me quite a bit. That's for sure. Now, here's the thing that's kind of brutal here. And then here's JP's. Remember, JP just has this... I mean, I'm not really... Once the 9th anniversary rolled around, I was not the biggest fan of Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. I'm sorry. Gotenks should age much better. This is what I was telling people when I thought Vegeta would have a good chance of being the Carnival banner. Like, I ended up being wrong. It was Gotenks. Gotenks is a Monster W, though. His first LR, stuff like that. Not upset about Gotenks at all. But people were like, oh, we don't want it to be Vegeta because he'll be power crept in 2 seconds. We don't know that. Orange Piccolo, I know he was the New Year's LR, Dokkan Fest LR for New Year's instead, and it was also the initial thing from the movie, so it is definitely different. It's not the same thing, but there's no, like, you can't just say that this Carnival LR, this Christmas LR, is going to be power crept in 2 months. Like, I don't think Gotenks is going to be power crept in 2 months. He's good. Rainbow Orb changing, very strong defenses, guaranteed crits. Gotenks is going to stick around. Gotenks should be good all year. most of 2025, I imagine Gotenks is going to be an elite character for sure. Now, here's what's brutal about these godforsaken banners, dude. Okay, this is the global one. Let's just look at the shittier JP one right here. So here's the JP banner. It's 12 featured units, dude. 12 featured units is just so brutal. This guy is probably going to EZA. I'm going to do a video going over celebration info, and then there's also a blue stone you could buy as well. It does look like Vegeta's probably going to EZA next week. I did drop a video earlier today talking about how, this EZA video right here, talking about how next week is probably going to be another EZA. They're not just going to do a dead week with nothing. So there's probably just going to be another EZA, or maybe, like I thought maybe like a sub-EZA is possible, that maybe like Boo Piccolo, Tien, Goten, maybe like Kabito Kai, something like that, right? And then the week after, we're going to be going into New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest territory, the week of the 27th. So definitely keep that in mind, right? Okay, so here's the global banner. I mean, this is definitely a little bit better. Jiren is like a borderline top 10. I mean, he's maybe more like top 20 character. Jiren is borderline a top 10 LR. I say borderline, right? Like, I'm not like, oh, he is. Like, I'm borderline. He's in there. So, I mean, 2 new good characters is solid. This guy is pretty good in a lot of fights. This Gotenks is pretty solid as well. But then, these units are mostly trash, basically. This guy could become very good. By the way, before you even ask, no, he's not worth Carnival coins. No way. They could not make him good enough to make him worth Carnival coins, because his kit is too reliant on a Majin Buu Saga Goku, so it's not worth it, no. By the way, this is the proper time to EZA him, by the way, because right now we have a lot of very good Buu Saga Gokus, and that's going to be an important part of his kit, so I do think now is the appropriate time to give that guy his EZA. But, I mean, if you're a global player and you want to jump into this right here, so it's 150 stones, you get 30 characters, it's double rates. You're going to get 3 Elder Kais, and then the final character is guaranteed featured. That is good, but, I mean, it's you have a 2 in 12 chance of it being very good. When I was streaming, a lot of people were saying I did the 150. I got, Jiren and 2 Gotenkses. I got 3 Jirens. A lot of people were saying that. I mean, it is a double rates banner. If you want to do this, I give y'all my blessing, right? Again, take advantage of global W's when you've got it. It's not the crazy. It is basically just 1 guaranteed featured SSR. They could have made this 3 guaranteed featured SSRs, I think. The last 3 could have been guaranteed featured to me for this. That would have really made it worth it. Because really, it is just... I mean, it's better than JP's because you've got Jiren there, but it's just 1 guaranteed featured SSR. If it wasn't 12 featured units, but you want to jump into that, go ahead. But I cannot recommend going crazy on this banner, man. With Anniversary coming right up, you guys will regret it, man. It's so easy to get shafted in this game. You're going to want to give yourself a nice chance to get the Anniversary characters who are going to define 2025's the content power creep, how good characters are, stuff like that. Global players, Anniversary LRs run shit for the entire year. Broly, Gogeta, Beast, and the Gammas still completely dominate every single fight, right? I mean, now, better characters come out and stuff like that, but all 4 of those characters can still dominate every fight easily, so definitely keep that in mind. So, let me know what you guys think. It is good, I think, for Global to kind of end the sync with, like, a nice big fat W. That is a good thing. So it's not like a full L's all over. We do end with a nice little W right there. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Mwah!